Hi friends, one of the important area we have to see is sociology. Okay, sociology and social structure. It carries 50 marks. So in your second paper, you have three areas, you know well. So one area covers Indian history, Telangana history. One area, polity, constitution, and one area, sociology. So there is sociology that is for 50 marks. At the same time, you have polity, constitution that is for 50. Indian history and Telangana history that is also for 50 marks. So total marks 150 no val. Then what syllabus that is there in this sociology basically we have to. So I said about what is the sense study of society and social behavior. How the social behavior, human behavior in the society that existed, all these comes under. So this is sociology. Okay. So the first of all we have to see what important topics are there in this sociology. So that you have to see. Okay. So syllabus analysis we are calling. Basically you have to know, get command over the syllabus. What areas are there? So what to study, that is very important. Beyond and beyond we should not. Okay. Exactly what is preferred in the syllabus, that you have to go through first. So that's why first of all you know the syllabus. After that one after the other you can. Okay. So here you see what syllabus that is there. So first chapter covers Indian social structure. Indian social structure. Salient features of Indian society. Salient features of Indian society. What are the important features of Indian society? Basically, first and foremost one, so in the society, family is the basic unit. Wherever it may be. So basic unit is family. If some families are combining together, then only we are calling it village. Some villages will come together and it will call, okay, whether it is mandal or district like that, some district, state. So like that here what happened in the sense, family that is here very important. So here, so patriarchal society that existed. Father is the head of family, even from the Vedic period also. So you know well, so this family we are called. So what is the basis of family? Marriage. Marriage is the basis of family. So like that here, so first and foremost one that is family we know well. Patriarchal society. Father is the head of the family. Father was called Grahapati, Dampati, Kulapa. Different names they existed to father. So like that first we have to see one of the important area that is so family, right? So here there is one of the important one. So this you have to see family, that is the important. Then marriage. What types of marriages they existed in the previous ages in Indian society? So that is also 8 types of marriages they existed in the society. 4 are accepted, 4 are not accepted. 4 marriages were not accepted in society. 4 marriages they were accepted. Brahma marriage, Daiva marriage, Prajapatya marriage, Arsa marriage, like that. They are accepted in the society. 4 marriages, so they did not accept. They were not allowed, or sometimes even though they were taking place, but people, what happened in the sense, did not. Society did not accept like that. Simply we can say Asura marriage, that is one of the marriages which is not accepted. Gandharva marriage, just like love marriage, that is also not accepted. Arsa marriage, marriage by purchase, that also. Paisacha marriage. Okay, by molesting the character of girl they used to marry, that is also not accepted like that. So here, what types of marriages they existed, that also one of the area. So then kinship, how this relationship or kinship that continued. Okay. So here we are calling Gotra. So the people who belong to same Gotra, they all one a group like that it is said. The people who belong to same Gotra, marriages must not take place. They are all brothers, sisters. They are one family, brothers or sisters like that. So they belong to one kinship like that here. So that's one. Then so you come across caste. What types of caste they are existing in India? What tribes of tribes they are existing in India? Ethnicity and religion and woman. So these are all coming in first chapter. You see tribe. What tribes are existing in India? Number of tribes are existing in India. Number of castes are existing in India. According to Chaturvarna system, only 4 Varnas emerged. Chaturvarna system first appeared in Rigveda, 10th Mandala. Purusha Sukta said about Chaturvarna system, you know well. Chaturvarna, Brahmana, Kshatriya, so there is Vaishya and Shudra. From cosmic God only these Varnas emerged like that it was said. From Shudras what happened? Many castes came into force based on their professions. Whatever the profession they are doing, based on professions only, what happened? The caste came into force. Number of categories, number of castes entered the society. Okay, number of castes, what happened? Enter the society, like that it was said. So this based on profession. Later, whether they are practicing the same profession, they are not practicing, but caste came automatically. They were called by the same caste. Okay, so previously what happened? They were doing the profession and they were called by the name of that caste. Nowadays what happened? Whether they are doing, sometimes they are not doing the same profession, but the caste will automatically come. So like that here, caste. Number of castes they existed, upper caste, lower caste, differences that also arose in the society. Okay, for that also Renaissance movement that was started. Even Mahatma Jyotirao Phule condemned all these caste system also. Okay, untouchability that existed in society. Why this untouchability like that? This was all condemned. Okay, upper caste, lower caste, like that, it is all condemned. Caste system. So and Arya Samaj, intercaste marriages came into force. Intercaste marriages also. Upper caste boy, upper caste girl marrying lower caste boy, lower caste girl marrying upper caste boy, like that. So this Pratiloma marriages, Anuloma marriages entered the society. Caste. So that's one. Tribe. Number of tribes they came into force in India. Tribal people were known well. In Telangana, what happened? Mainly Gonds. Okay. So Pardhan, Gond we are calling, Chanchu we are calling, Yerukala, Anadi, Naga, Budaga, Koya, Konda, Budabukkala. So number of categories they are there in the society. Tribal people we are calling, tribes. Completely they depended on this forest wealth. They depended on what in the sense? They depended completely on forest wealth. Okay, that's why only this Komaram Bhim, Adilabad, Asifabad, Jodeghat, you know well, belong to Adilabad, Asifabad, Jodeghat. Okay, Jal, Jungle, Jameen, Jal, Jungle, Jameen. They were the slogans of this Komaram Bhim, you know well. So like that, so here tribe, that is also one. Ethnicity, origin, where did they come? Original, this one, that is also. Then religion and woman. What religions are existing? What religions are existing in India? Major religions, Hinduism. Hinduism, there's a major one. Then Jainism, Buddhism, they also existed. Christianity, Islam, okay, Zoroastrianism. So like that. So all these religions, they existed. Okay, major religions, Hindu and Muslim now, and Christianity. Jainism, that is also existing. Buddhism, to some extent, what happened? Declined. Okay, what are the holy books of Buddhism? Tripitakas are the holy books of Buddhism. Tripitakas, Vinaya Pitaka, Sutta Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka. Holy books of Jainism. Holy books of Jainism, 12 Vangas, otherwise we are calling them 14 Parvas. Previously they were called 14 Parvas. 14 Parvas were concised and brought them under 12 Vangas, like that. So here every religion we have to say. So Muslims, holy book, Quran. At the same time, Sikhs, holy book, Adi Granth. Otherwise, Guru Granth Sahib, Sikh religion, that is also one of the religions. Sikh religion we are calling Sikhs. Okay, Adi Granth is their holy book. Okay, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, Hinduism books. Okay, so like that here, so we have to see religion and woman empowerment. Wherever we see if women are respected in society, so then automatically society can be advanced. Everywhere atrocities, capturing, okay. So all these are taking place in the sense there is no security, safety. So automatically what happened? Degradation will be started in the society. That's why, so there is respect for women, that is also very, very important. Okay. So because half the population that is of women. But nowadays if we see, in many fields they entered. Okay, except even politics also they enter. But certain share is not there, like that it is said. Okay, half the share must be given, or 33% or 34% must be given, but so not even 10% in politics, mainly because so this became completely criminalization of politics. We are calling Hohra committee that was appointed on criminalization of politics, you know well, right, like that. So here there is a first chapter. Then religion and women, that we have to see what religions are there at the same time, how the respect for women, that's one. Then social issues, inequality and social exclusion. Inequality that arose in the society. Whenever inequality, whenever injustice, they are there in society, automatically it will give way for rivalry. Rivalry will be started, internal revolt will be started. They will start some movement against injustice. They will start movement against inequalities. Like that, here in this inequality and social exclusion, what are these inequalities? In the sense, one is casteism. In casteism, upper caste people dominated, lower caste people, they are suppressed. Okay, upper caste people, they are dominated in the society, but what about lower caste people? So suppressed. With that, so automatically Karam Chedu incident took place in Andhra, you know well. Many Dalit community people stabbed and killed in the period of N.T. Ramarao. Okay, Karam Chedu incident. Okay, so like that, so here casteism we are calling. So but equality must be maintained whichever the caste belong, because no one knows in which caste he is going to born. That's why we should not comment about the caste. Caste maybe, but we should not. So like that, here casteism, communalism also, communalism, that is also, okay, that also became, okay, religionism, communalism. So my religion is great, your religion is not great. So like that, communal feeling, so caste feeling, communal feeling will arise. This leads to problems. For example, before independence in 1946, August 16th, Direct Action Day took place in Calcutta. Direct Action Day we are calling. In this Direct Action Day, on that day, say, August 16th, 4,000 people they were stabbed and killed. 3,000 people Hindus and 1,000 people Muslims, because of this communalism only. Okay, religionism I can say, or communalism. So Hindus and Muslims, big revolt or struggle that was started. So Hindus and Muslims started stabbing Hindus, Hindus started stabbing these Muslims. So like that, this gives way, what message it? Even though this technology advanced, civilization advanced, all the things advanced, well advanced in society, what is the need of this type of things? Once again, people are going back to, so this Paleolithic age are old stone ages. In old stone age, there was no civilization, people are not enlightened. Okay, at that moment, that type of situation that existed, but now society is well advanced, well educated people. What is the need of stabbings? All this not necessary. Even wars also not necessary. But Ukraine, Russia war, so continuing. Okay, so like that here, so these things are there, like that we can say. So have you got idea? So like this here, what happened in the sense, so there is communalism, that's one. Regionalism, that is also, I belong to Rayalaseema, I belong to Andhra, I belong to Telangana. Is it necessary? People, when world is one, wherever it may be, one can live happily. Happy life, that is important, not the regionalism. Okay, so regional feeling will be developed. Here, what happened in the sense, regional feeling. Okay, regional feeling that is developing. Simply, people will not think of even nationalism. Nationalism is a word derived from natio. Natio means feeling of oneness. We all belong to India, at least Indianism. That must be developed. Okay, but here what happened? Regionalism that developed. I belong to Madras, Madrasi, Bengali, Bihari, Hyderabadi, like that. Regionalism. This regionalism also sometimes will give way for revolts. Okay, like that. So internal revolts are rivalry. So like that, regionalism. So that also will take place. Violence against, so woman, violence against woman, that is, so especially what happened? There is violence against woman, that is also one. Okay, so there is woman, that is also one. Violence always, this violence is taking place. So this must not take place in civilized society. We are all advanced. Society is advanced. So women must be given proper respect, equality. Even if you are not going to give any respect, at least equality must be maintained. Okay, but so people, what they are, because of gender difference, so they are completely suppressed. They are completely suppressed. In this, their role, that is also there. Both woman role is there, men role is also there. Okay, so that's why it should be altered in the society. Proper respect must be given to woman. That is also very important. Okay, so then child labor problem. Child labor we are calling. Okay, so because India is highly populated country, in India we are observing child labor problem. Okay, at the age of 10 years, 9 years, like that, without sending boys and girls, they are sent to some work. So this, especially parents are sending their children to do some work, to earn some money. because it's a big family, then nobody is there to look after family. Sometimes at this moment, even small children aged about 10 years, 12 years, they are going for work and they are earning some small amounts to serve the family. So like the child labor problem. Okay. So there is especially, this is a sorrowful incident, we can say. Child labor must not be continued because development will not take place. Society will not develop, family will not develop. That boy is also not going to be developed if he is appointed in child labor. He will be appointed in some hotel or some merchant shop, or so there is especially what happened in the sense cleaning of roads sometimes, or agriculture work. So there is taking all the sheep for grazing. So like that, suppose if that duty that is allocated at early age, what about his education? What about development? All these can be curbed. That's why it must not take place. Boys and girls must not be, especially in houses also as servants. So servant maids, girls are appointed, and throughout life she has to continue that work only. No development, no education, so no proper treatment like that. So that's why child labor, that must be abolished. Okay, whether it is agriculture, whether it is household work, or whether it is small scale industries, or at the same time, whichever the field it may be. Okay, so in matchbox manufacturing industries, they are appointed. Okay, because children will act actively, that's why. Or at the same time in gardens. Okay, so they are appointed to do some duties, taking or picking flowers, etc. So like that here, so they must not be appointed. Child labor problem, that becomes a big problem. Now he is a child aged about 12 years. If he continues like that, what about his future tomorrow? That's why child labor must be provided education. Child Labor Protection Act, that is there. Child Labor Protection Act, there is act passed in the year. So there is 1986 and revised later. So like that, many times what happened in the sense came into force. So like that, so child labor, that is human trafficking, selling of these women, at the same time appointing them for prostitution, this and that. So there must be abolished. All these must be abolished. Okay, so human trafficking must be abolished. Mainly this prostitution, all this must be abolished. Okay, so especially so in Indian society, because of big population, so what things are happening sometimes not uncontrollable. So that's why this so human trafficking, that also disability, that is also one of the factors in this social exclusion, we say, is and so transgender, that is also one of the disability. How disability will happen? Natural disability, sometimes it will come, at the same time because of something happens and will become disabled. So accident will take place, we will lose one of the legs completely. So then definitely that is disability, physically handicapped. Okay, so or sometimes by birth itself we will mentally deranged, autism. Okay, at the same time, so this because of some polio, this and that. So like the disability, because of disability, so you must not be ill-treated in the society. We have to give equal importance. Okay, equal importance must be given. Ill-treatment must not take place against a physically handicapped person or disabled persons. One is eyeless, okay, blind. We should not ill-treat. We have to guide because he is also having life. Okay, so like that, disability, that also is, and especially this one, aged people, especially at the age of 85 years. So nobody will care that old man, hey, old man, you sit here like that, they will admonish. That must not take place. When he is young, he also did all the works, he also got property, he also established the house. Okay, everything done. Now became old. So this old people must be respected well in the society. Aged people should be respected well in the society. But we people, sometimes we are neglecting our aged people. So that is also one. Transgender. He is not a gent, not a lady. Okay, transgender we are calling. They are also ill-treated in the society. We must not. Okay, so like that, these are all the issues in the second chapter. Social issues we are calling. These are called what in the sense? Social issues we are calling. So this comes in second chapter. Have you got idea? Second chapter, that is also, every chapter is important because there is a very scope to get 45 marks in this. Out of 50, you can secure 45 marks because, so you have to think it once and reasonably you have to answer. Okay, that's the thing. So here, so then third chapter is social movements. Peasant movements are there, tribal movements are there, backward class movements, Dalit movement, environmental movement. So you say peasant movement, farmers. So for example, one of the well-known movement I will tell you, Champaran Satyagraha, that is a peasant movement. Indigo farmers invited Mahatma Gandhi, so to this Champaran Bihar. Okay, like that, peasants' rights we are calling. Farmers we are calling, they are called farmers movements, or we are calling them peasant movements in social movements. Tribal movements, they are also there, tribal movements. Okay, you know well, tribal movements we are calling. So against the injustices only tribal movements they were started. So here in tribal movements, you know well, Ramji Gond, he started movement, and even Komram Bhim, he also started. So this movement, like that, we have to see important tribal movements also. So that is one. Backward classes movements, okay, backward classes. So these backward classes, they are completely avoided all the equalities, otherwise you can say opportunities. That's why backward classes movements, they are also started. Then Dalit movements. So Dalit community people, they are completely downtrodden like that. Landless people, poor people like that. Injustice that was done. So that's why what happened, Dalit movements also started. Dalits. Previously they were called by the name of the caste. That should be abolished like that. Dalit word that is added. Adi Andhra that is added. Word Adi Andhra that is added, Dalit that was also added. Like that, we have to see peasant movements, that is one of the important one. After that, tribal movements we have to see, backward classes, Dalit movement, environmental movement. What is this environmental movement? If we protect environment, human life will be happy. Otherwise, if deforestation takes place, definitely all the trees will be cut, and so where can we get all these oxygen, etc.? No, that's why, so here environment must be protected, good environment. You come across Delhi, so most polluted city in India, Delhi. Why? In the sense, all the agriculture waste that is burnt in Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, from there it is coming and deposited there in Delhi completely. All the, especially smoke completely, right? So like that here, so environmental movement, that is also, environment must be, so there is ecotourism that was developed because of this one. We are going on tour, so we eat something and wherever it may be, so we throw the things. So wastage, okay, it is not good. You have to maintain things well. So like that here, so environment must be protected. Environment, so protection, that is very, very important. At the same time, in environment, rivers must not be polluted. Land must not be polluted. That's why only they wanted to abolish plastic. Okay, plastic covers, etc., because they are not going to dissolve in the earth. Okay, so that's why only movements were started here. So there is especially environmental movement, that is also a women's movement for the development of women. So there is also a regional autonomy movement, human rights, civil rights, human rights. Everybody will have right to live and lead good life. But some others are threatening. You pay 10,000 rupees, you pay 10 lakh rupees, threatenings will come. So human rights are violated. He is arrested and taken by the police. So in police custody only, fellow will die. Human rights are violated. Human rights. Right to life, that is there, fundamental right. But he is dead in the sense, who is the cause for that? So like that, human rights must be protected. That's one of the important things. Civil rights also must be protected. Human rights and civil rights. So like that, this is all coming under social movements. So I have to see one of the important area, social movements. That's one of the important area. You have to remember that. So what idea? Social movements, important. Okay. In every chapter, we are going to get nearly 50. There is 10 bits like that. 10, sometimes 12 bits also you can expect. 10 bits or 12 bits you are going to get from one chapter. So anyhow, 50 bits you have to answer. Okay, that's the thing. Then you see fourth chapter. Social policies and welfare programs. Affirmative policies for SCs, STs and OBC, women, minorities. All these affirmative policies, we can say, for the development of these people, because since from ages they are completely downtrodden, they did not develop in the society because of something or the other thing. Since ages they are downtrodden, they are suppressed, oppressed people. That's why to develop them, what happened in the sense, policies were formed. SCs, STs, OBC, women, minorities, labor, disabled and children. So these are the government took measures, and at the same time departments were established for the purpose of development. So and backwardness, from backwardness they wanted to bring them up. Okay, so you should not continue in that backwardness only. You come out of that backwardness. You do some agriculture, surplus land will be distributed to you. Wherever surplus lands they distributed to you. Suppose there is no house, you will be provided house. Okay, like that, projects will be done, plans or policies or programs, they are implemented by the government for the welfare of these people who are downtrodden in the society. Otherwise, they will be neglected and society will go in poverty. Suppose if society is in poverty, how can we say that society is developed? We can't say that society is developed. They will be in BPL line, below poverty line. Okay, even today, India is a developing country, but today also we have this BPL line, okay, below poverty line. So Dadabhai Nauroji wrote the book Poverty and Un-British Rule in India. Poverty and Un-British Rule in India, you know well. Poverty in India, there is a book written by Dandekar and Nilakantarath. They estimated poverty based on how many calories they are taking food per day. Okay, they estimated. So like that here, so there is especially for the development of this SCs, STs, OBCs, women, minorities. Minority group, minority religion. Suppose Muslim community, they said that we are minority. Christianity, they people said that we are also minority. Sikhs, they said we are also minority. Like that. So minority welfare also. Majority people must not attack minorities. Your minority will be suppressed in the sense how? In the society all are equal. Whether it is minority or majority, whichever it may be, all are equal in the society. All rights are applicable to all, irrespective of differences, right? So like that here, so all these protections. So policies, affirmative policies done by the government. So that's one of the important points you have to remember. Minorities, labor, disabled and even children, for the development of children. Sometimes children are sent to work, that's why child labor problem will be developed. That's to abolish, to avoid the child labor. So there is even labels are fixed now. It is not prepared by, it is not manufactured by child labor like that. So there is one sticker will be there. Okay, if that is there, then only people sometimes will purchase. Otherwise, no. Okay, so like that. So here there is especially children care, that is also one. Welfare programs. What are these welfare programs? Generating employment. Some employment must be provided to youth. Then they will work and they earn their livelihood or bread and butter. Otherwise, if employment opportunities are not there, they will suffer like anything and they have to depend on the government or somebody. That's why dependency must not be developed. Self-sufficiency must be achieved. Independently, they have to do something, some work, and they have to earn their bread and butter. That should be cultivated. Government must not given free. If it continues, fellows becomes lazy. Okay, so that is the thing. Employment, poverty alleviation programs only, because so for this only food for work program. Okay, previously number of programs, so they are there. Food for work program, that is also one. Poverty alleviation. So in the summer season, people sometimes they may get work, or where these laborers, sometimes they are not getting work. That's why food for work program that is introduced. In the same way, many programs they are introduced. Okay, so there is a number of programs that are introduced by the government to alleviate poverty, to avoid this poverty. Okay, especially India, one of the countries, even though it is a developing country, so but even till today also we are observing poverty in villages. So many causes are there for this. Illiteracy is a problem. Illiteracy is a cause for that. Overpopulation, that is also a cause for this. At the same time, so there is unemployment, that is also a cause for this. So like the seasonal employment, sometimes that also. So like that many causes are there for this poverty, well. So like this year anyhow, poverty alleviation programs are undertook by the government, and so taking measures to eradicate poverty from the society. Then rural and urban, so the development, that is also rural development must take place. Urban development also should take place. So rural areas must not be neglected, because rural areas, they are the backbone to the towns. They are the backbone. Each and everything will come from rural areas only. So whether it is vegetables or whether it is milk or whether food grains, each and everything that should come from villages only. That's why villages must not be neglected. They are the backbone too. So this economy of the country, we can say, so that is rural and urban, that is women and children welfare, tribal welfare. All these social policies, programs we have to see in this topic. After that, if you see that, okay, this society in Telangana, socio-cultural features, so issues in Telangana, socio-cultural features we have to see, and issues in Telangana. So what is VETI? VETI is called bonded labor system. VETI, that is called bonded labor, we are calling. This VETI is called what in the sense? Bonded labor. We are calling this one as bonded labor. Which is called how in the sense bonded labor. This bonded labor, that is of three types, one is Gutti system, one is Begar system, one is Bagela system. You see, one is Gutti system, one is Gutti system, we are calling Gutti system, one is Begar system, one is Begar, and one is Bagela system, like that. So we can discuss each and everything. Okay, if all the family members go for this bonded labor, then we are calling Gutti. Without remuneration, if they render services, it is called Begar. Bagela system. So there is a Gutti system, that is one Bagela system. All the family members, if they work under one Jamindar, then it is called Bagela. One family. Okay. So all the family members, so bonded labor, if they do under one family, that is called Bagela. Like that. So here you see, Iveti, Jogini system that existed. Jogini, girls are made Joginis, transformed as Joginis. So there is Jogini, Amba Bhavani. So it's used to call Amba Bhavani. They are allocated to something. Mailapattam, so Jogupattam. Okay, like that. Programs are conducted, and whoever provides money, so he will have command over that girl. It also led to prostitution. Okay, like that. So Jogini, Devadasi, girl child is given to a temple. In Tamil Nadu, it existed previously, but Devadasi, that is avoided. Jogini also to some extent avoided, but here and there we are seeing Joginis. Okay, Vetti, that is completely abolished. Nobody is doing Vetti. Then child labor, once again we have to. Girl child labor, girl child. Fluorosis. Okay, this fluorosis in Nalgonda region, drinking water facility especially did not exist during that time even. So now what happened in the sense, measures have been taken, and so drinking water facility that is provided to fluorosis areas, especially this fluorosis where that existed, those areas. Okay, so that's provided drinking water. Then migrations also took place previously, but after formation of Telangana, migrations were completely stopped. Migrations previously they were taking place because of some job or the other things. So these parents, they are migrated to different regions to earn their livelihood or bread and butter. Because when there is no employment here, no work is here, then how to get food, how to get bread and butter? That's why. So this especially what happened. So migrations they were taking place. But that was also stopped after formation. Farmers, okay, migration of farmers. So artisanal and service communities, especially people who are doing some different professions, artisans. Okay, there is especially knitting of bags. So this and all these are coming under artisans. Okay, service, especially distress. They are all in distress. People, so previously what happened, they got good strength and they are manufacturing things and they are earning their livelihood. But nowadays they are completely lost. Okay, so there is filigree, we can say. Artisans, one is filigree. So now that has come down to some extent. Nobody is interested. At the same time, so manufacturing of this one, especially mats, so this and that. Now all machines only came into force. Automatically they lost employment. Like that, these are all the areas we have to see in this especially. Okay, sociology, one of the important area. You have to get how many marks are there in the sense for this sociology, 50 marks they are there. So how many marks are there for this in the sense 50 marks? You have to answer 50 bits. Out of 50, there is a very scope to get 45 marks. Okay, 45 marks you can score. In the same way, 45 marks you have to score in Indian history also. Indian and so there is especially Telangana history you can score. So there is marks in history also. In history also you can score. In polity also you can score 45 marks. In polity, constitution also you can score. Polity and constitution. Okay. So if you score like this, so automatically your marks will be 135. Okay, your marks will be 135, but we don't want 135, at least 130. Even if you lose 20 marks in this, if you lose 45 marks in sociology, you can score 45 marks in history, Telangana history, Indian history, and 45 marks in polity, constitution. So your marks will be 135. But if you secure 130 marks, okay, 120 in every paper, definitely you are going to get the things done. So even if you secure 120 marks, okay, no need to secure 130, 120 marks in every paper. In every paper, you have to secure 120 marks, all the paper. In 4 papers also, you have to secure like that. Your marks will be 480. Definitely, you are going to get job. No doubt at all. So in all papers, average marks 120 like that, you have to remember 4 papers completely. Okay, in 4 papers also, you have to secure good marks. Mainly focus on Telangana. That is also very, very important. Okay, Telangana movement and state formation, that is very, very important. You have to focus on that. So in every papers, so if you score 120, 120, 120, so 120 into 4. Okay, so there is 480 marks. 480 marks you can score in this. Okay, so 480 marks. 480 marks means you are going to get job. In some other papers, suppose if you get 135, 130 like that, your marks will reach 500 also. In some papers, at least in 2 papers, if you score, in 4 papers, in 2 papers, if you score 130, 130, your marks will be 500. Okay, so that's why minimum these marks if you score. Even if you get 470, 465 also, there is scope to get. But be thorough with the subject, so to score good marks, because competition is very high. High competition is there, that you have to remember. So, okay, now, right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, I wish you all the best. We can have discussion on each and every topic clearly. Okay, right. Thank you.